All right. Hello, everyone. Just double checking here if this is working perfectly for us. Brand new on this, so if something goes wrong, apologize. But I'll wait a couple more minutes. Wait until people come in, and we can get started. I have some of the coaches on the call as well. We're on the YouTube, so they can let me know if it's working well. The live as well. Perfect. Again, we wait a little bit more. Just make sure we have everything we have it here that we need it. Coaches, Jamie, Andrew, if you can give me an okay on a text message, just to make sure you guys are seeing well over there, and we are good to go. Not sure if we have too many Argentinas fan, but tough day for them. Hope everybody enjoying the World Cup as well. I'll try to share my screen already too. I think it's gonna look weird now, but I'll get this. I think this will be good. So I'll start. First of all, I know a few people are in the call. A few people watch this later. My name is Everson Maciel. I'm the owner of Ginga FC. And as you know, we are starting a branch with the conditions that happen too fast in the shoreline. So let me just present this over here, and we are, of course, we are looking forward for this relationship and for what we're doing in the shoreline. I know it was last minute, but as we start, we're looking forward to a great relationship and get to know more of you guys, the players, parents, and families. It did start very fast. I think we start, I'll say 3 weeks ago, on a meeting on Tuesday with all the parents, or most of the parents. They were there, and the kids. And our goal was to get the players on the field playing as soon as possible. And I think in 4 days, we accomplished that. By Saturday or Friday night, all the teams were registered. All the players were registered under CJSA and properly registered and ready to play. So I think that was our game one. The step one for this transition. Step two would be getting the players to play on a tournament that you guys went this weekend, that most of you play, and we got the approval. We made the transfer from the teams from the former club to the new club, and we got everybody playing. Now I think the step three will be to bring our Ginga philosophy, our Ginga way of doing running the club, and making things that are working even better, and makes the things that are not working to work. So I think there's a lot of good stuff happening. We're watching, we're getting to know more. The coaches are phenomenal. Coach Jamie, Andrew, and Frankie that we've been working with. Tremendous people, tremendous coach, and I know they really care about the kids. So that's step number one. So I'll do the presentation about the club, our philosophy, and how we want to go moving forward. And again, you can hold your questions. There's no way to answer questions here on YouTube. Even if you put on the chat, it's a little tricky. On the first practice on December 2nd, a week from this Friday, one of us, myself, or one of our members will be at practice and run with the coaches a team meeting. And then you can ask your questions there, and we'll probably have an answer right away. If you need something time sensitive, you can email us, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So Ginga Coastal, or Ginga FC philosophy, we want to provide our players with the best learning opportunity for them to enjoy the beautiful game. That's our main goal as a Ginga FC. We want them to not just play soccer with an objective to play in high school, to play in college, and play professionally. I think this is one of the goals. But I think our main goal, and especially for me, would be for them to play, engage in the game for a lifetime. We want them engaged. We want them enjoying. We wanted them, staying with the game and enjoying every minute, every time they step on the field under our umbrella, our coaches, with some role models. So that's our main goal, our main philosophy, and get the best training out there. I think our second slide here is a video, and I'll let it play, and you can watch what Ginga is. This is a little video of our, we actually did our banquet. We cut it a little short, but it shows what Ginga is for us. As you see, Ginga means the swing on the capoeira dance. But in slang in Brazil, when you say you got Ginga, you have skills. So that's what we want. And we want the kids, we want the happiness. We want the challenging, the passion, the rhythm, the teams working together. Again, this is kind of our main goal with Ginga. Here we have a couple of the pictures of our Ginga Coastals already. We had one of our marketing guy on the field on Friday taking some pictures. So this is what Ginga is, and that's how we want our players to play, with a big smile on the face and enjoying every moment and learning. Couple more pictures. This is a nice one. And this is the Newcastle team that, ended up winning the tournament. So congratulations to the boys and Coach Jamie. And so right here is the Ginga. Like I said, Ginga is the swing of your body from one side to the other side. It's creativity. It's the pedalada, trivela that we say in Brazil. Ginga is opposite of boring. It's not mechanical soccer. It's, having fun with the ball in an organized way, of course. But it's a dance. That's how we want our kids and our teams to develop. Again, our main goal for the Coastal was to get the kids on the field. It was to play the tournament, and now we want to bring this philosophy into the training sessions. And the difference, and I'll send this to you and you guys can take a look, but what we want is going from the outside inside. It's the passionate coaching staff that we already have it. that we can help and support to do even better. Individual plans for our players, and a performance in a high school scenario. It's on one of our goals, and the support of their careers in soccer. But to do this, of course, you got to develop and foster all the parents the love and have the passion of the game. That's our purpose we're doing. We want to follow them again on a team environment and get them to become their best that they can be, and they're achieving the goals. Our core values, passion, respect, aspiration, integrity, and togetherness. That's a big one for our teams. I think there's so much life lessons on the soccer field or any sports that you can bring, besides even the failures, and that you can teach our players. So this is one of the main things for us too. Our Ginga pathway to success. We start most of our teams, especially in the Coastal. I think we had a lot of players that are on the club and joining the club that be in our clinics, camps. But our main goal here is the U8, which is our 2015 boys. I don't think we have a Coastal team in that age right now. We have a couple players, but introduction to the program, introduction to team environment. Then U9, U10 will be our nurture program, where the kids start getting more on a team concept, and is the 7-7, for the 2014 and 13s right now. The 13s, and that was for the 12 last year, they do a transitional year to 9v9. So in the spring, it's very important for them to be exposed to the 9v9 game ahead of the switch that will happen in the fall. Our development program was the pre-national league, is the national league that we're aiming for, and I'll show you exactly what entitles the national league. And this is the first experience they have in 9v9. But again, as the 2011 will be doing in the spring, will be the 11v11 transition. The U13, U14 is the high performance, where we focus a lot on tactical concept. They're still moving a little bit on positions, but they are kind of setting in as a strong team with strong players on their positions. And once you get to the U15 and 19, we'll start with the excellence program, where we'll showcase their skills. In the high school, during the fall, and then spring and winter, they'll be going to showcasing their skills to make the college and pro level. That's our main goal. So this is kind of our pathway to success for Ginga FC. There are Coastal teams will be following as well. I'm sorry, we got some of the topics here, but the club structure, this is very important for the club structure. And I was talking to, I think, a couple of the parents, and it's, we know that, Barcelona has a great school, for their players, but they follow a system. They have support, for all the players. Of course, we can't do as much, but we're getting close to in the psychological part, physical player support, and we're trying to do this as best that we can to support our players to make their goals. And this is very important. Again, the player is our main goal. So every decision that we make within the club, it should be a first, player come first. That's our main goal. And if I go around here, we have our admin group that supports. This is the paperwork, emails, communication, even social media, all the stuff that we do. And I'll introduce the staff that's behind the scenes on that as well. Our coaching staff is the main important thing, because they're one-on-one with the coach, with the players, bringing their love of the game, bringing their passion and their knowledge to our players. So they're delivering the tools for the players to get better. So it's very important. And again, like I said, I think we have in the club right now 3 very strong coaches, and we'll be there to support them. And we add, of course, a couple more on our end. Team managers, we have our parents leaders on some of the teams that kind of help us out, guide us through. we taking a little bit of the team manager's role right now with the coaches, so he becomes a coaching straight to the parents, just to maximize the feedback to the parents again in a good way, so we can know exactly what's happening with the players. The communication is cutting a little shorter now, so parents is going straight to coaching staff. The parents, we put it here: enjoy the ride and individual development plans, expectation. I think the communication between parents, coaching, and club should be open in a healthy way, where you guys as a parent know where your son is, or your daughter. Of course, now we have the boy side on the Coastal, but you know exactly what they should be learning as U8, as U9, as U10, as U11, and moving forward. You know the expectations for the coaches, and you respect your son's development. Sometimes you want to, I'll show a couple of slides after, but you want to go ahead, and it's frustrating for us when we see our son stuck, and not developing. But this is your support will definitely help your son to develop. Or the communication is sometimes your son is not growing, or he's a little immature for his age, and this is in the emotional side. Coaching staff and parents and club should be talking, so you understand what's happening and not kind of going too hard on your son or going too soft. And any professional development academy worldwide, they are measuring these kids every day. They're waiting, they wait to see how much they weigh every day before practice. So if the kid had hit a growth spurt, of course they're not as fast. They slow down a little, and this is normal. So that's what I'm saying. The parents' communication with the coaching staff and with the club, it's very important, so everybody understand what's happening. Consultants, we've been getting a lot of help from nutritionists. Even professional players, professionals academy that we go through. I've been to Bayern Munich, watching their practices, understanding what they do over there. Flamengo in Brazil, Juventus, AC Milan. So it's a lot of consultants that we see. We invest on this because the game is changing so much, and we want to be a part of what's happening, and to deliver our players, again, the best training and the best opportunities that are out there. Our director of coaching, and I'll introduce, is Coach Rodrigo. Very important, because he has, I think, the toughest job is to put all our coaching staff on the same route. Delivering the lesson plans, delivering what we need to work on every age group, and our coaches bring their touch and make them better and develop and putting those lesson plans into action. So this is kind of the structure that's very important for a club. And we'd like to share this because behind the scene, that's what's happening daily. We meet once or twice a week. Coaching staff, it's always meeting on a Zoom call, but we're talking about this experience to make our players even better. I think our coastal fields, so that was question number one, I mean, some of the parents. We got the contract from the Country Day School and the CT Sportsplex that we use anyway, but everything, it's going to be done in the spring and fall at Country Day School, and in the winter we go to the bubble. We are doing only once a week training because, again, we are taking everything that was promised by the former club that you guys were with and bringing this to this season. So those are the facilities that we're using. Of course, in the winter now, when we approached them a couple weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, the open slots during the week, it's not there anymore. We're a little late on the game. Again, not our fault, but that's what we're facing. We're only able to get on Fridays, and we're going to be doing the training on Friday. What we're offering to the club has no extra costs, and some of you live too far, or it's a tough drive to Woodbridge, but you'll be invited to join our training sessions in Woodbridge. as an extra. You don't have to come. You're not going to be punished. But if you do need that extra session during the week, we will be there and we'll send the schedule to you guys. But at least it's something that if you're looking to do extra, we have extra programs that we're doing as well. Futsal over the weekend. We're going to do some tournaments, some leagues, and we'll be sharing that with you as well, so you can do something extra for your son at the moment. But going forward, I know that this is going to change. We'll be looking to train twice a week and get some time in the facility early enough so we can go during the week and not, be stuck with only Friday. This is the facility that will support us. Of course, now we have Everson Soccer Complex. It's our indoor place. We use the Hamden Hall Fields, Notre Dame in West Haven. We use Peace Road in Woodbridge. We have the Sacred Heart Academy, where I'm coaching on the girls' side in high school. And we have the Sportsplex that we'll be using for both branches, I guess, for the whole club. This is our foundation on the admin group or with the Coastal. Myself, I'll be directing the elite regional groups that we're going to come out with. With the combination of having two branches and the quality that's out there, it gives a lot of opportunity for us to do more for the players. Bringing league group together or playing against each other, running extra training. And I'll be directing that piece because I'll get to know all the players and we can get them where they need. The idea would be the Coastal branch have their own teams like you guys are having, and have the Woodbridge having their teams. But eventually we'll do some age groups, especially the older group. We can have a showcase team to do a little more. On the younger group, if one group is missing a couple of players here, positions, we can make this work and give us some opportunities for the players to develop. Isabella, it's my wife. She's in charge of everything else, I guess. The brain behind the scenes, but we're doing a Christmas party with all the coaches or a holiday party with the coaches, and she's in charge in getting the group together. Jessica is our registrar and all payments, everything on the office. She's dealing with this. She'll be updating your account with your outstanding from the other clubs that we're getting. If you do have a problem, you see something wrong, you just contact her. She'll get back to you as soon as she can. But she'll be in charge of the payments, paperwork, everything that us soccer players, soccer guys don't want to do it. She'll be in charge. Rodrigo's our director of coaching. Luis Silva is our team analysis support. He's analyzing the teams and getting the data to see if the teams are playing on the right way that we want, and their development and the good speed. Now in the Coastal, Jamie, as you know, he's coaching as well, but he'll be our director of player development. And I'll show you what we'll be doing for the club in terms of development, knowing where the kids play, what position, and what can we do better for all of them. So Jamie will have that piece helping us out, especially that he knows all the players. And it's I can't say enough about how much he cares by every single player on the club, on the Coastal now. And Coach Andrew and Coach Frank, Frankie look good right here with the tie. So those guys are great. Again, we'll be able to support them to make their sessions even better. To develop them as a coach and to learn from them as well. It's an interesting story that we had probably, I'll say about 10 college coaches that went through our organization, Everson Soccer and Ginga. They are coaching at college level now. And it's nice to see we're not only developing players, but we're developing coaches, and we're developing as a club, and me as a person and as an owner. We always develop. We're always getting better. Coach Vinny, he worked with us with the 2008 boys this weekend. It's a guy that grew up in Brazil in a club that I play with, and he had a chance to be on AC Milan academy up to U21. So he almost made AC Milan as a player, and is a guy that's really qualified to coach. So he'll be joining more of the Coastal side with all of us. But this will be our organization on the coastal side. So Rodrigo is our coaching director. 15 years of experience playing professional in Brazil, Asia, Arabic countries, Europe. We played together. I think this first picture here, if you look, is Rodrigo and I playing together back in 1997 in Brazil. We went different ways. I came to the US in 99. He went play. And a funny or interesting story that we met each other on vacation in Brazil on a beach far away from our hometown. And he was doing his A license. And he's like, I'm going to Qatar. One of our friends is involved with the Qatar national team. And I'm like, you should come and check what we're doing in the US. And in 2015, he came in the summer under our Brazil CT umbrella. He loved coaching here. He loved the kids. So we got him here full time. It's been a big help and a big improvement on the club because of his knowledge and the way he cares about the kids. With some of the pictures and here's he did his A license. If you're a soccer guy and you get this picture, you probably see Tafarel, Dunga, Dida, a ton of like Silvinho, some of the Brazilians' best players there from 1994, 98, and they're become all coaches, and he was with them. So it's a good contact for us. Vini right here in the back, like I said, he was on the AC Milan, youth academy, 21. He played 10 years after professionally in Brazil and Europe, and he is in the picture here with Sidorf, if you are familiar with the player. But he'll be a great addition to the branch as a coach as well. Yeah, he was coaching the 2008 boys. He helped me out with the Arsenal boys this weekend. And then the support that we have, it's myself here as a former player in USA futsal national team. This has helped me so much with my contacts. Of course, it was fun playing the World Cup last year at age 43. But my main goal was to get to know people. I think I have a picture here of the US soccer president. So the connections that I create doing this futsal national team was amazing. So if I need to call for one of our players to batch for a national team or to be seen, of course I need to make sure those players are ready. But it gave me like a free, an easy route to I'll say to get to the right people. Luis was, it's our team support, but it was a player analysis and support. He was in Brazil with the América Mineiro, which is Division 2 and 1. They're always going up and down in Brazil. And he worked on the Division 1 USL. He was with Harvard Athletics. He did he actually was the head coach for a couple games once the coach got sick. And he was an assistant coach for 2 years there. Now he ended up leaving Harvard Athletics, and he's staying with us full time. It's another AE licensed coach with another knowledge that can bring us to the next level. Some of the pictures him with Harvard Athletics. Training methodology. I think this is our main goal going forward now with our coastal teams. We want every team playing the same way. We want everybody developing in the same style, because if we are doing a league group, or if we're using a younger player that needs to play up, if he's U12 and he needs to go into U13 for his developmental, we need to be, as a club, we need to be on the same page. And the main difference, I think, in our club to others, it's ball mastery is the first one for most of them. But before the passing and receiving, we want to go with the 1v1 skills. Our players need the ability to take players on, to break the lines that we call. Every top player in the world will be, they have a facility. It'll be easy to break lines, either with 1v1 skills or their speed. The 1v1 skills, you don't need the speed, you need the skills, you need the ability to do it. So that would be our master, or be a second step. Ball master is the foot skills, the touches, everything you have with the ball. 1v1, then we go into passing, receiving, the speed of play, and the team tactics. One word that we use a lot, it's is the long-term player development. Everything here happens on their own pace. The coaches will put it out. Some players will get quickly. Some teams will get quicker. But the long-term development is the main goal. So we got to respect that. And we have a couple of slides on that. We use our lesson plans, the sports science behind, individual development plans as well. I always use my daughter as an example. We usually have more than one team per age group, especially in Woodbridge, and I hope Coastal will get there very soon. So they play in different. So if you have like our 2014 boys in Woodbridge have 14 players, we register 2 teams into the league. 1 player in the higher division, 1 player in the middle or lower division. This is not because we want to win or we want to beat everybody. It's in a way that we can challenge our players according to their development. And if a player is strong, they develop a little early, they should play in the higher division. If the players haven't developed, they should play in a lower division or a less developed, I guess. So the players are not as physical. He has a little more space. This will help us in the long term with the development of the players and the love of the game. If you throw someone in an easy environment, they might stop playing. They might want to play a different sport because they're not being challenged. If you throw someone in an over-challenged environment, they'll probably don't want to play because they're not succeeding. So those 2 teams that we do, it's kind of help us out in the long-term development for a player. I was saying that my daughter played on A team. She was a right defender, not getting that much playing time. In our B team, she was more, I say A and B, but it's, developmental. She was playing more as a center mid. So this is the kind of the individual development that we want to do for our teams, for our players, in a way that your son can develop quicker and you can understand better as well. So this will give us, and we don't want to have 14 players on a 7v7 game. So that'll be our goal for our players to develop. Intensity and quality training, holistic and a systematic approach, guided discovery. The coach and training comes hand to hand for our players again. Ginga players, tactical, they got to understand the game, quality decision making, awareness of spacing, versatility, play different positions, especially at a young age. Physical, quickness, intensity. I think intensity is the main word. Keep the intensity going. Endurance, hard to be, functional. Psychological, it's competitive. The training quality, how important it is for them to train, how they approach the training sessions, control their emotions, and the technical quality, creativity, 1v1, efficiency, trying to use both feet. Long-term athlete development. Of course, in the Coastal, we have more on the boys' side, only the boys' side, but the girls, our lesson plans are definitely different from boys and the girls. Our main focus on the boys goes according to what they need. If you come bring this picture a little closer, you see the developmental stage for everybody when they are getting the speed 1, the skills, speed 2, stamina, strength. If you work on the strength at a little younger age, you're not going to get too much out of this. You can do it, but you got to understand that it's not the peak of learning at that time. So our skills, and Coach Luis and Rodrigo use this for their lesson plans. So they are not working on something that they not going to learn right away. So it takes a little while. So if you see the boys and the girls develop a little quicker, earlier than the boys. So the strength, everything can be done early. But this is all the lesson plans are taking consideration of this, this chart a little bit. Physical literacy, again, everybody develops a little different, and we got to work on their movements, foundation, sports skills, specialization, position, roles, and the right age, trainability, windows that you can accelerate and work hard. You don't want to do a shooting session right before a game, important game for the older kids because their legs will be tired. So this is all taken consideration with our lesson plans. I think excellence takes time, nurture the talent, coaches' quality. I think investing on our coaches' quality to deliver the best training session for the players will nurture our talent. We don't want to burn out a very strong player throwing too many games, or not giving them enough games to develop. So this is kind of what we do, that we want to do it. And the last one here, continuous improvement, coaches education. We will be doing this more and more to help our coaches to get better. This is a fun one, of course. Fun. It's reality, right? Our expectation is, if our son works hard, he'll succeed. But in reality, they work hard. They always put in their best on the field. There's problems, there's challenges, there's school problems, there's failure, there are obstacles. So, they need support. They go up. So there are a lot of stuff happening, off the field and on the field, that will prevent them from continuously improvement. And this is okay. We got to respect that, because it's part of our human being. I don't think we're gonna, if it was easy, if I had the magical stick, or anyone that will make that player get better and better and better, but that's what we want. But in reality, there's ups and downs on that. Training methodology. This is kind of a lesson plan for the Rodrigo delivery to our coaches. Each week our coaches now will be required to send an email through our website. We're going to go away from the app probably in the next week or so, and we'll be share with you what they're working on every week. So you're a part of what they're learning, and your questions to them on the ride home, could be more educational, I guess. Also, you guys learn how to play out of the back. What's your position? What do you do in the balls? Couple of the stuff that can help you guys be on the same page with our coaches. But this is an example of the lesson plan that Rodrigo will send it to our coaches. I think we got a video here too on the lesson plans, and this is what the coaches will do. We have 4 in the back, so that's probably the 11v11. We have 4 in the back playing on their position and trying to score in this little goal. And again, this is more for the older kids, not for the little guys, that will focus more on skills. But this is how our coaches will get the lesson plans from Rodrigo and can deliver it. Spacing wise, of course, is important. We use a lot of the small space on our lesson plans because it's quicker decisions. So we'll probably share fields in North Brantford, but we'll have a rotation where they can go through the lesson plans and learning that. But this is kind of where lesson plans that we'll be sending to the coaches. This is kind of the support and the development plan that we do. Here is in this picture right here, you can see, and I can open up one as well for you guys to see, but our coaches will get, be a Google Docs. We'll start next Friday. They'll grade every player on every practice, every game. They'll see who scored, who assist, who started the game. It's a little time consuming, but it's good for the coaches can do quickly on their phone. But we want the kids to see their success, see their grades, see how many practice they had. If one of you guys call me and say, listen, Everson, my son is not playing, I'll be able to open that, and maybe you have a 60% or 50% of practices you've been missing a lot. So before even I contact the coach, I'm like, guys, you have missed half of your practice. How you expecting to get better? And I'll go straight to the coaches, or Jamie will help me out on this. Is like, listen, this kid has been here in the whole practice, every practice, and he's not getting better. Where is he now? Give the evaluation, talk to the parents, at least see where they are. And on the game starting, it's always, I had a couple players I never started, but it was for no reason. And I could see them putting themselves down because they didn't start it. So we try to average out and rotate players who started, so everybody will have a chance to start games as well. But this will be shared with you guys, evaluation every season as well. Competitive experience, challenge to overcome. I think our teams, our players have to be challenged in a way that they can overcome and succeed. From what I heard, I think a couple of our teams play in a tough division on the tournament. Maybe they were over they weren't ready for that competition. So we need to make sure when we go to the competitive environment, we know where we get into, to shield our players, to protect our talents, and give them a chance to succeed, to be challenged, but to succeed in an environment that they can express themselves. Development stage, transitional squad. Again, if you are on the 2011 Coastal, you probably expect some 11v11 games coming up in the spring, so they get ready for next year. And you guys as a parent can see the transition, how the team will look, and you feel more comfortable playing with that team the following year. Game and tournament strategies it's where you place those teams to succeed. Where we go for the college showcase, where our players want to go. It'll make no sense for us to go to Florida for a college showcase if 95% of our players want to stay in New England. So this is kind of even on the higher end, on the final product, that we need to strategize our placement of the teams. So it's just, sometimes you can't go to everybody to want the same tournament. You have to move teams around and make sure you know where you're getting into. So this is our competitive experience that's very important, because, again, we don't want to over-challenge them and we don't want to under-challenge them. This is a couple of our teams last year that went to the Surf Club. The Ginga pathway to success, we're playing the EDP. We're playing their CGSA for the State Cup. We are in the New England Conference for National League, which will qualify to the Pro League. And I'll go quickly this, because I can share this with you guys more. But the Pro League, you play on your conference for the National League. So New England has a conference, and this is start at U13 and up. So our 2010 boys will be playing on that, 2009, 2008. And this will probably use our league groups. But the player recruitment opportunity is now the Pro. We have a New England conference. If you win your New England conference in the spring, you qualify to the Pro. We had our girls 2017 and 2019 qualifying. Once you qualify, you go to two. It's a set of 7 games, 3 games down in Florida, 3 games either in Georgia or Texas, and then 1 local game. And out of those seven games, the top 2 on that A group will qualify to the final, which is the Nationals down in Florida in the summer. We had our all 7 girls qualifying to the Nationals last year. And another route that you can go to the Pro would be, you got to win the State Cup, and then you got to go to the regionals, win the regionals, then you can make the Nationals. So we're fortunate enough to have our 2007 girls participating down in Florida. It was the exposure with college coaches, with profiles for our players. It was amazing. So this is kind of the conference. There's 6 groups. The top 2 go to the national. We had here 185 college coaches on a National League Pro. 35 college registered to scout Ginga on the Ginga games. They even come to the games where they're 35 going to our games specifically for the girls. And the partnership that they have is a Pro Score, all the games recorded, all the games stats being shared with the college coaches. All the games were playing the ESPN sports complex down in Orlando. It was amazing. I think we have a couple of pictures here, but their goal is to enhance to showcase our players. So when they're ready, our 2008 boys, which is an amazing group, I was able to coach them this weekend. There's a lot of talent there. Our 2010 boys, I think we have a lot of players with the chance to reach their goals. They have the ability for. High school and college, we take pride again on the high school playing. I think it's very important for our boys and our girls to play in high school. It's an experience that, with the community, it's, of course, sometimes you don't have a coach that's strong. It varies from high school to high school, but it's important for them to play and be part of the community. Last year, we had 77% of our players graduating committed to college. 24 alumni, D1, D2, D3, and one player in the USL League 2 playing, one player playing professional in Europe that we have. So this is kind of our developmental process for our boys. Few months ago, we announced the affiliation with Harf Athletics, which will give even more exposure to our players. The Harf Athletic is a professional team in Hartford that's developing the USL Academy, a U19. The game in the US is going to evolve even more. It's going to become more a business-oriented in terms of clubs like Harf Athletic investing on the players. We are part of their academy. So if a player is doing really well and they don't care the age, if they're 15, 16, and the player is doing really well, we want to bring them to practice with the professionals. We practice with the U19 academy in a way that they have a chance to become the next player to be sold to Europe, if that's their goal and they have the ability. Will that happen a lot? We don't know, but I think the game is evolving to that. So you get into a U19 academy, it's a non-pay to play. You will be, you'll be scouting by Europe teams, and they trying to sell or find a way for you to go and play. But there's an investment on the club, and of course they'll be paid for that. That's how the soccer, the football world works in every other country. So there's a big change in the US, and the USL is being a very promising league because they do not own the clubs. MLS, they own the clubs. So every player that's being sold is being sold by MLS, and is a big it's in a big picture. USL is a little smaller and easier for our players to develop and get away. So this you'll see more often, us playing at the stadium in Hartford, bringing some players to practice when they get to that age group and the level, and it's a good relationship. I'm very good friends with the owner, coach's daughter, and we've been working on this since COVID more and more on the academy level. This again, we are saying camp to go to the pro will be the Harf Athletics that you see. Again, more than just having the players there, is having our teams at the games, walking with players. On their USL Academy U19, I think we have 7 Ginga players playing for them at the moment, former players. If you can Google and see some of the academy signs that they had it. The good thing now that there's a change. There's an academy contract. So if your son want to go to Hartford and play, they'll sign a academy contract, and they will not lose their eligibility to play in college unless they make big time and go to a different league. But on this league, you sign a contract, academy contract. You can play in the pro team and still be eligible to get your scholarship to play in college. So this is huge for the game and for our players. Some of the consultants that we've been using: USFF, USFF, Brazil Soccer and Futsal Federation. Top players, we had Douglas Costa coming in, we had Falcão for the futsal, we had Rafinha from Bayern Munich. Top pro and academy coaches. You'll probably see some of the coaches, guest coaches, coming in and running some of our sessions. Player development, sports science, nutrition, psychologists. We need to get on this because I think our players, sometimes they don't develop because they're afraid or something is blocking them mentally. And every team, every academy has a psychologist now that work with their players. And this is a big push for us to do more and more. In college athletics, we're going into the college. So this is kind of what we had planned for today. We use the Dali Ginga a lot for our club, but it's for me personally and as a club, we're looking forward to be in the shoreline, working with your kids and finding the best pathway and best training for them to develop. Of course, we got into the game a little different. We didn't expect. We had our plan to come in the short line starting next year. So we kind of cut off, kind of expedite the process a little more. Winter will be a tough because I mean we don't have much space, but I think we can offer something extra and think outside the box if the weather's not too bad. But you guys are guaranteed you'll be practicing in Madison same way you're doing. We're honoring everything that the club promised you, even the payments. We have a list amount and stuff, so we're gonna honor that. We are here to stay. You know, we want to develop. We want to get to know your son by name, you guys, and work with them and make their experience, if it's good already, better, or if it's not good, to become good. So I think that's we need patience. You know, we ask you guys for patience until we get started, which we already did in a way that we didn't want to just wearing our shirt and going there and keeping the same. We want to make this better. So you'll be seeing us more often, coming close to the training sessions, being involved. Next week on Friday, we'll do a team training. We'll change a little bit of the communication into our website. So you get the coaches, Frankie, Andrew, and Jamie will communicate with you guys through the website and, start getting more of the training sessions and, seeing what we can do to offer more and more. Again, if you have any questions, you feel free to email to one of the emails that we send to you guys, email us back. Or if you can hold those questions until next Friday, we'll be there in the field, one of us, answering the questions, getting to know you. But once again, I want to say thank you. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your son's development as a soccer player. And we'll be there. We won't disappoint you. We'll make this work in the best that we can do. And we'll be around. So again, I appreciate all your patience and, even this weekend, the kids were, in the pictures that we saw, they were representing us really well. And our coaches were amazing. And we go from there. So if we don't see you, don't talk to you, have a happy Thanksgiving, enjoy your family. We'll start next week. We'll send an email out if you want to join some of the training in Woodbridge. That's not our training sessions, is extra. But if you feel like driving and coming to Woodbridge, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, we'll see you next Friday, December 2nd. We will be announcing a supplemental tryouts for some players that know the Ginga Way, want to be part of the Ginga Way, and was not part of Shoreline. So you'll probably see an announcement coming out. We haven't announced the branch yet. We'll be announcing the next couple of days and announcing a tryout for the new players. But once again, thank you. Enjoy your families. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you soon. Dali Ginga. Thank you.